What's up guys, it's Dragon. It's time for another Nerf news video. Last time when I spoiled the Ultra Sniper Rifle, I promised you guys that with enough likes and our powers combined, I would be Captain something. Captain Spoilers, he's a hero, gonna take corporate lies down to zero. Captain Spoilers. So without any more tantalizing, let's go ahead and whip out the old pocket robot and tell you guys about the Ultra 3. By the way, if you saw how slick that was, I'm not getting paid to say this. I've started wearing Katanica shorts for like everything. They're just really awesome shorts. They have a dedicated cell phone pocket, which if you happen to have a pop socket on your phone, it kind of sits in there. It makes it easy to quick draw. It's all the convenience of being like a 40-year-old dad with like a beeper belt, but none of the looking like a 40-year-old dad with a beeper belt. You know what I'm talking about. It's rough. And while my shorts might be ludicrously functional, equally functional in today's tumultuous times are the sponsor for this video. So if you have a powerful need for PPE in a variety of different flavors and varieties, some of which are cool, some of which are strictly functional, but all of which are pretty aggressively and fairly priced as long as you're willing to wait on that shipping time in both bulk and smaller orders, you can check out the sponsor of today's video, Bocasol, down in the description box below. Huge thank you to them for sponsoring this Nerf news video. And if you happen to be running low on PPE, or maybe you just need a face mask with a wolf on it, you can check them out down in the description box below. Alright, on to the news. So while we had to doctor up this image quite a bit to get it to you in this form, it's pretty clear that one thing is evident. This is, in fact, the Ultra shotgun of sorts. Now, it follows a lot of the same design language as something like, say, the Rough Cut, which is probably the best Nerf shotgun that's ever been produced, but it's definitely got a lot of Ultra flair to it. Now, like I said, we had to clean up this image a little bit, so while this is definitely the Ultra 3, this is not a perfect crisp image of it. It's a let's say it's a fundamental analysis, but a rough cut this is not. So it's pretty obvious why Hasbro's been hiding the Ultra 3 from us from so long. And no, it's not supply chain issues. While the aesthetic on all of the Ultra blasters thus far has been pretty rough and the grips have been pretty bad, this one overall looks like the rough equivalent of if Quasimodo had gotten hit with a brick in dodgeball. Like, this thing is tough. It's tough to look at, and maybe that's just our speculation picture here, but it's got a lot of weird going on with it. So let's circle back to the image and dive in. Not unlike certain homemade blasters in our hobby, this thing really looks like a brick on a stick, which is to say that the priming mechanism, the elegance of the Rough Cut's kind of tactical shotgun-esque, kind of spaz-esque sort of shotgun ergonomics that it has going on has been completely ruined by the slapping on of what I can only presume is some sort of internal box magazine on the front end, which of course removes the Rough Cut's very easy front-loading action, which is also very valuable. So if the box magazine that's been shoved on the front of the Ultra 3 is the brick, then the priming action is the stick, and this is neither like sledge fire style back holsterable, and then it's got this very interesting above the trigger action, there's like some Ultra dart storage, which guaranteed Hasbro's not going to give you enough darts to like actually fill that dart storage, so it's half like aesthetic. It's holes for holes sake, but in general I think that that's going to be marketed as onboard storage, which leads me to believe that this is not going to be a removable magazine for the Ultra 3. It is instead going to be some sort of Magnus-esque top style feed lip internal magazine. Hopefully it's only firing one Ultra dart at a time, but we know enough about Springer performance in Ultra to determine that this honestly isn't going to be that exciting, and at the end of the day, people are going to talk about doing things like doing the magazine to fire 50 cal ammo, or changing it so that the magazine is removable and possibly usable with whatever the Ultra 7 has going on, which we're still not entirely positive if that's a removable magazine or not. So ultimately we wind up with like just a really funky blaster where you're top loading, I can only assume feed lipping Ultra darts into a box magazine at the very front of your pump action shotgun. And wouldn't you just be better served with something either more compact in that vein, or something that directly front loads in that vein? I mean, I guess if you just really need your apocalypse shotgun styling, but it doesn't even look like that. It looks like it's trying to take this very funky, futuristic, but gilded sort of Arctic look that the Ultra line doesn't make any sense. Like, I would not be surprised if the Ultra line survives into the double digits at this point. And that's not actually that big of a surprise or a stretch. It hasn't been very well received by consumers, and it hasn't been very well received by the hobby. So who's this for?
But Drac, you're just an Ultra hater. Everyone on Reddit says so.
And that might be the first time that Reddit's gotten anything right in years. Of course I am. It's overhyped, underperforming, and overpriced in this case. While you can get a rough cut that does awesome shotgun stuff with proper ammo for 20 bucks or less, they're expecting $30 SRP for this monstrosity. Alright guys, so taking one last look at the Ultra 3, we only have the right side of the blaster pictured, and that's fine because it's going to be the only side of this blaster with any paint on it. You can kiss the gilding and the Nerf logo goodbye on the other side, as you won't be able to notice either one of them. And then if any positive is to be derived from this, while the pump grip looks like it's a little bit too choked up on that front area closer to the brick than the stick, with just a really weird kind of back vef coming off of there, almost specifically designed to pinch your priming hand, your actual grip hand and your trigger finger look like they'll be reasonably well taken care of. I'm not the biggest fan of the Ultra grips, but they're certainly not the worst grips that Hasbro has ever put out. It actually looks like this trigger well will have enough room for one of your fingers, which is a stark departure from other Ultra blasters, so perhaps that's worth mentioning. And the semi-smoked out translucent mag well up front actually looks pretty cool and will allow you to keep a running tally of your ammo. Is it worth $30? Well, no! As for me, I think it's pretty obvious that we should take both of these monstrosities and throw them back up into the Cathedral of Notre Dame, and then probably burn that sucker to the ground along with the rest of this line, because holy crap, what an embarrassment. That's just my hot take. If you're planning on shucking out $30 for this shotgun, let me know in the comment section down below so I know what to watch out for when we get our hands on a review model, and let you know what we think of it actually hands-on. As always, this has been pretty much just rampant speculation, so don't take any of it too seriously. But that's my take. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. And who knows, we spent a lot of time editing this one so that we could get this information out to you guys as soon as possible. If you liked it, go ahead and leave me a like on the video, share it with your buddies, share it with your favorite Nerf group, and if it gets up to like 3,000 likes, who knows, maybe I'll reach into my bag of tricks and pull out some information on the Ultra 6. I'll see you next time. Much love, Nerf Fog Drac out!
The power is